Welcome to Tea Time with Karen. Today I'm going to talk about journaling, and actually this came up this week. A friend of mine had something happen that wasn't a very good situation, and they were kind of depressed, and I suggested that they journal. So it doesn't have to be a complicated thing. Whoops. I actually have like these free notebooks that I picked up or I was given. So, I mean, this is really simple. You can find, different events you go to, you can get some free notebooks, so you don't have to go spend money if you wrote on a piece of paper. So it's really good for health. It's a good way to reduce stress. It's a good way to resolve any of your issues that you're having. Just writing the thoughts down, it takes it out of your space, so to speak, so you don't have to be reflecting on it. When we sit and keep thinking about things over and over again, it adds a lot of stress to our body. So when we write it down, then we reduce that stress, because now it's kind of like the mind saying, okay, it's taken care of. So it's kind of a good way to resolve issues. It's also helps, with your brain, so it's less clutter and stuff. One of my friends, Susan, she's suggested, if you have an envelope and you just put your worries in it and then read them like a week later, and you'll probably laugh at what your worries were and how silly the things we do worry about are. So journaling is a great tool to use to really help you when you have a lot of, issues that are going on, and it doesn't have to be, you're sad because something bad happened. It could just be anything. If you're trying to figure out a business solution, or if you're trying to figure out planning something, it's a great tool to just write things down and have them there. Now, the person who I was suggested this, they were concerned about people reading what they had written. So I suggested to them is that you can actually destroy, what you've written. And that actually is very therapeutic. So you can write something down, that's bothering you or something you want to change. And then you can light it outside with a match and watch it poof into the air, and that kind of sends it out there, and it gets rid of you and brings that good energy back in. You can rip it up to pieces if you want, if you're concerned about people like going into your personal space, or find a place where, the people who would be nosy, wouldn't be looking at it. Because obviously these are, journaling is great. This is your personal feelings, and it's good to keep it personal. You don't necessarily want other people reading it. The other thing that journaling can be really good for is before you go to bed, if you write down like 3 or 4 things that were good that happened to you during the day. And it doesn't have to be complicated things like, oh, I saw this really beautiful yellow flower, or, somebody held the door for me. So, anything, whatever it is, if you write it down and the last things you're thinking about before you go to bed are happy things, that really helps your quality of sleep instead of thinking about, worrying about things. So that's another way journaling can be used. So, if you haven't tried it, I suggest, find a notebook. You see if you can get one, for free from somebody. And, just try writing down some things that are going on, or your thoughts, and see if it helps for you. Everybody obviously is different. So that's it for Tea Time with Karen, and I will see you again tomorrow.